Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS, and Washington Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news now. Folks, buckle up because what we're about to discuss could be one of the biggest shakeups in the NFC East in recent memory. It's a story that's been bubbling under the surface for a while, but it just reached a boiling point, and it's centered around none other than Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. The NFL world was rocked on November 18, 2025, when renowned insider Adam Schefter dropped a bombshell that has fans of the Commanders on the edge of their seats. According to Schefter, the Ravens, who are currently sitting at 6-4 and clearly in a bit of a crisis after a tough loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers, are actively listening to real trade offers for Lamar Jackson before the upcoming deadline. And the reason? Well, it all comes down to a couple of pressing issues: Lamar's contract demands and the internal chaos within Baltimore. Lamar, still performing at an elite level in 2025 despite a battered offensive line, is reportedly seeking a fully guaranteed deal worth around $275 million. That's a huge ask, but considering what quarterbacks of his caliber can command in the NFL today, it's not out of the realm of possibility. The Ravens, however, are under pressure. Their head coach John Harbaugh is under fire, and the team's recent struggles have made them more receptive to offers that could reshape their future. Schefter reports that there's a package on the table from Washington that's hard to ignore, a package that could change the NFC landscape if it goes through. Imagine this: Washington sending their 2026 top 10 protected first-round pick, along with a second-rounder that same year, plus a conditional first in 2027 that becomes null if the Commanders don't make the playoffs. It's a bold move, but with the Commanders currently sitting with a solid cap space of about $42 million and a promising outlook for 2026, they could make it work. The potential upside? Massive. Lamar's stats in 2025 speak volumes about his talent and resilience. Even with a line that's been decimated, he's thrown for nearly 300 yards, 988 to be exact, with an impressive 68.2% completion rate. He's tossed 22 touchdowns against just 6 interceptions, maintaining a stellar 112.8 passer rating. And let's not forget his dynamic rushing ability. 812 yards at 6.8 yards per carry, adding 9 rushing touchdowns. That's a dual-threat machine, folks. His EPA per play is off the charts at plus 0.44, tops in the NFL, and he's graded highly by PFF with a grade of 94.1. Even with 28 sacks, mostly on the offensive line, Lamar continues to lead comebacks, with 4 wins this season where he's brought his team from behind. That's leadership, that's clutch. Now, picture Lamar in Washington's offense, led by coordinator Dan Quinn and head coach Cliff Kingsbury, running what many are calling an air raid-style attack. With Terry McLaurin stretching defenses deep, Jahan Dotson working the slot, and Austin Eckler as a checkdown outlet, the potential for explosive plays is massive. PFF Labs projects that Lamar's addition could boost Washington's EPA per dropback by 28%, adding around 800 yards of total scrimmage offense. That's a jump from their current ranking, around 22nd, to a top 5 offense in the league. It's the kind of transformation that could turn the Commanders from a decent team into instant contenders. And for those wondering about the financials, Washington has about $42 million in cap space right now, with a projected $108 million in 2026. That means they can absorb Lamar's $58 million cap hit in 2026 with relative ease, especially considering the potential payoff. The odds of a Super Bowl victory for Washington are also skyrocketing, from plus 8,000 to plus 2,200, which is a huge shift. An MVP-caliber Lamar Jackson leading a burgundy and gold team could be the difference maker, potentially catapulting Washington into immediate Super Bowl contention, or at least giving them a clear shot at a deep playoff run. Now, folks, it's worth mentioning that this isn't just about one player. It's about the franchise's future and what kind of identity they want to build. Bringing Lamar Jackson to Washington would mean embracing a dual-threat quarterback who can throw from the pocket and make plays with his legs. It would also send a clear message. The Commanders are serious about competing now, not just rebuilding. Plus, with Bieniemy potentially returning as offensive coordinator, the offensive scheme could be tailored perfectly around Lamar's unique skill set, maximizing his strengths and making him even more dangerous. Of course, there are questions and uncertainties. Will Baltimore really trade Lamar? Are the Ravens willing to part ways with a franchise quarterback who's still in his prime? And how will Lamar's injury history and contract demands influence this? The NFL is a business, and sometimes big moves happen out of necessity. If the Commanders can pull this off, it could be one of the most significant trades in recent league history, reshaping the NFC East and perhaps even the entire NFC. The NFC East, as most of you know, has been a fiercely competitive division lately, with the Eagles, Cowboys, and Giants all vying for supremacy. Adding a player of Lamar's caliber to Washington could tip the scales in favor of the burgundy and gold, giving them a true difference-maker at quarterback and changing how defenses prepare for them. It would also give Commanders fans hope that the team is finally pivoting toward a championship-winning philosophy, rather than just middling performances year after year. Looking at Lamar's recent performance, it's clear he's still got it. Despite the chaos around him, he's been one of the most productive quarterbacks in the league. His ability to make plays on the run, extend plays, and deliver precise throws in clutch moments makes him a perfect fit for a team hungry for a franchise quarterback. His stats, 68% completion, nearly 3-0 yards, 22 touchdowns, and just 6 picks, are a testament to his skill and resilience. And his rushing totals demonstrate that he's still one of the most dangerous dual-threat quarterbacks in the NFL. Meanwhile, the Ravens are facing some serious internal issues. Their recent loss to Pittsburgh was a blow, and with the coaching staff under scrutiny, especially Harbaugh, they might be more open to a rebuild or a shift in strategy. Baltimore fans are divided, but even they can't deny that the team needs to find a way to stay competitive in a league that's increasingly quarterback-driven. Moving Lamar might be painful, but if the trade package is right, it could set the Ravens up for a different kind of future, one that perhaps emphasizes rebuilding around other pieces or even a full rebuild. For Washington, though, this is a chance to leap forward. They're already building a solid roster, and with the added spark that Lamar Jackson could bring, they could become instant contenders. Imagine the energy in FedEx Field if Lamar takes the field in burgundy and gold, commanding the offense with his athleticism and precision. It's a vision that many fans have been dreaming about for years, a true franchise quarterback leading them to the promised land. Now, before we get ahead of ourselves, it's important to remember that nothing is guaranteed in the NFL. Trades of this magnitude involve complex negotiations, cap considerations, and the willingness of all parties involved. But the fact that the possibility is even on the table should excite every Commanders fan. It's a reminder that the team is always looking for ways to improve, and that big moves can happen when you least expect them. So, as we keep an eye on the coming weeks and the trade deadline approaches, hold on to that hope. The idea of Lamar Jackson in Washington is no longer just a pipe dream. It's a real possibility that could redefine the franchise's future. Whether it happens or not, one thing is clear: the NFC East is about to get a whole lot more interesting, and the Commanders are right in the middle of it. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Washington Commanders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential Lamar Jackson trade? Do you think it's the move that could finally put Washington over the top and make them genuine Super Bowl contenders? Or do you believe Baltimore will hold on to their star quarterback and try to fix things internally? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Washington Commanders. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Washington Commanders news. This is an exciting time for the burgundy and gold, and whether or not Lamar makes his way to DC, we're all in this together, cheering for our team and dreaming of that elusive championship.